everybody. I'm Dave Brown here at ringside, ready to go with another big day of CWA Championship Wrestling. Boy, if time allows today, we got a bunch of folks scheduled. Master of Pain and Dutch Mantell. Freddie scheduled to be here today. Also, Mark Starr and Chris Champion, the Wild Side. Jeff Jarrett will be along a bit later on, too. But the reason I say if time allows is because we have a World Unified title match here today. That's what we're going to get things going with here in just a couple of minutes. Coming in to challenge for the belt, Black Bart out of Pecos, Texas. He's a big one. He's a tough one. And putting the belt on the line, of course, the unified world champion himself, the King, Jerry Lawler. That'll be our opening match coming up here in just a couple of minutes. You stay with us. Also, we, from time to time, have special guest commentators here on CWA Championship Wrestling. And we've got one today I think you folks are going to enjoy. We will be back to introduce him to you in just a moment. Stay with us. Introduction for all you folks in the Memphis, Tennessee area. I don't think this gentleman needs much introduction. For you folks around the territory, joining me right now and for the rest of CWA Championship Wrestling today, from Top Rank K97 Radio, C.J. Morgan. C.J., very glad to have you here with us today.
Thank you so much, Dave. I've been a fan of Championship Wrestling for a long, long time. I'm really excited about this. It's a pleasure to be here.
I know you've been a big fan. We're glad to have you with us here today, and feel free to jump in with commentary anytime you want to.
As long as I don't have to jump in during a match.
Hey, you won't have to do that. I tell you what, one of the unpleasant things we have to do sometimes is introduce people like this one right here. Let's go to Ronnie P. Gossett.
You got Ronnie P. Gossett here, walking proud and talking loud, just like the P implies. Let me tell you, Jerry Lawler, you've been running your mouth how big and bad you are. You've been knocking these other organizations. You've been talking about what a company champion you are, and what a company champion they are. Well, let me tell you this. I went to the NWA, and I have found a man that's going to beat your brains out. I wanted to get Ric Flair, but you've already beaten Ric Flair, but you haven't beaten this guy. He has beat more men and crippled more men than Blue Cross. And I want to bring him out right now. Big, bad Black Bart. Come on over here, Black Bart. This is the baddest man the NWA had right here, baby.
Mr. Gossett, I want to thank you and all of these stinking Tennessee Lawrence runners. Now, Jerry Lawler, you ain't over there got a bad belt. Guess what? I just come real hard out of the NWA, and guess what? I didn't have nobody in that territory that could beat me. And I can tell you one thing that's for sure. You ain't got a snowball chance in your way of walking over this damn ring today with that title. You talking about the Von Erichs? I took that good little strap off of him and carried Von Erich, that snot-nosed punk, in about 30 seconds. Lawler, you're next. I'm walking out of here with a unified world heavyweight title. And guess what? There ain't a that good thing that you can do about it.
That's exactly right, Black Bart. You watch. This title is going around Black Bart's waist today.
Well, that remains to be seen. He has to win it in the ring where he's headed right now. The challenger for the World Unified title, Black Bart, out of Pecos, Texas, at 300 pounds. Here comes the champion, the King, Jerry Lawler. 234 pounds out of Memphis, Tennessee, the World Unified title holder. And that belt is going to be on the line here today. King dropped the crown here just for a minute, dusting it off.
As long as he doesn't drop the belt. I'll tell you, Dave, there's no questioning Black Bart's abilities. He was one half of the Long Riders for a long, long time. He's a big guy and a tough guy.
He is big, he is tough. King's coming this way. Yeah, let's see. Hello, King.
You know what happened last time I had a title match out here and Gossett was in the man's corner? That's the first time that I lost this title. Well, Gossett, are you going to sit here in this match? Well, if you're going to be in his corner, then I'm not going to be out here by myself, I can assure you.
All right. Well, I don't blame the King for that, C.J., because the last time we had a World Unified title here on television, the King lost the belt to the Master of Pain, but he lost it because of Ronnie P. Gossett, who interfered in the match. One of the most disgusting things that I have ever seen, but the King did, in fact, lose the belt to the Master of the Pain at that time. This time he says, not going to be out here by myself.
The King is the cagey one, Dave, and it's going to be very interesting to see what he has in his sleeve. We'll find out in a second.
Oh, Jeff Jarrett out here.
He's already should have been counted out, Dave Brown. We should have already been awarded. What's this idiot he's bringing out here?
Hey, if you're going to be out here, he deserves to have somebody in his corner, huh? Jeff Jarrett says, all right, Gossett, park it in the chair here and keep it there. The King is going to have Jeff as a second in his corner, as Black Bart has Ronnie P. Gossett over in his. This is going to be a one-fall, 30-minute time limit by special agreement for television. One fall only, 30 minutes the time limit. And the World Unified title is on the line. Jerry Calhoun showing it right there. And let's see. Going to leave it in our safekeeping over here. Are we ready to go? Here we go. World Unified match on CWA Championship Wrestling for you today.
Leave it to Jerry Lawler. Great move to bring out the equalizer. Jeff Jarrett to keep an eye on big Ronnie P. Gossett. The King always has something up his sleeve.
Black Bart took a swing at Lawler with a big right hand, but Lawler moved out of the way. Black Bart ended up hitting the turnbuckles. Back in the corner. Once again, well, Bart didn't learn much the first time. Lawler did it to him again. Ducked out of the way and then took him down very quickly, but Bart on his feet.
Interesting maneuvers by Jerry Lawler so far. He's utilizing his speed against Black Bart, the bigger man.
Yeah, you know, Lawler notoriously a slow starter. He has been throughout his career, but he's not wasting any time today. This huge Black Bart, of course, outweighing him almost 70 pounds. Lawler, back into the corner. This time the shoulder driven in by Black Bart, and that does some damage. What a backdrop he put on him. Coming out of the corner, he comes in with a big right hand. Black Bart retreats to a neutral corner. Ronnie P. Gossett is over there saying, hey, let's talk.
Let's welcome Black Bart to Memphis, Jerry Lawler style, with that big right hand.
Black Bart was over in Lawler's corner there for a moment. Jeff Jarrett smiled at him as if to say exactly what you did. Welcome to Memphis, Lawler style. Black Bart, well known in wrestling circles all around the world, as a matter of fact. And of course, the King, the World Unified Champion. Big clothesline, and Black Bart puts Lawler down to the mat.
Yep. I'm sorry, Dave. He wasn't. You see the size of this guy's arms. It had to be like being hit by a tree limb.
There's a choke by Black Bart. Referee Jerry Calhoun counting the break, and he finally did break it just before disqualification. There he goes again, back on the throat, and once again, the referee says, I want to disqualify you. Cut it out, shoulders are down, count is 2. Black Bart got a 2 count. Boy, you got to be careful with that. And, of course, Lawler knows that better than we. He can sneak up and get a 3 count on you if you're not careful. Black Bart springs off the bottom rope. There's a cover, count of 1. Nope, Lawler's feet in the ropes. That stops the count right there. Referee calling for a break. Jeff Jarrett around to keep Ronnie P. Gossett from getting involved in the action since they were over very close to the edge of the ring.
He's not staying in his seat, and he is doing a pretty good job of keeping the referee distracted.
Over here distracted by Ronnie P. Gossett. Lawler had him. I don't know if he could have held him for a 3 count or not, but it certainly looked like he might have been able to. Jeff Jarrett is telling the referee, hey, I counted to 3.
But that's what we just talked about, Dave. Gossett hasn't spent a second in that seat, and he's doing his job of distracting referee Jerry Calhoun.
You're exactly right, which, of course, is why Jeff Jarrett is out here to try to even it up a little bit, but something like that. Gossett, of course, at least it appeared, kept Lawler from winning at that point. Big upper leg as Black Bart sits down. Here's a cover. 1, 2, and no. He didn't finish the count. Shoulder came up. Left shoulder up. 2, and right shoulder up this time at the 2 count. So Black Bart does not have it. Lawler is able to pick up the shoulders and stop it at the 2 count. Upper arm by Black Bart. We're 4.5 minutes into this match. The World Unified title is at stake right here. Lawler, the champion, has it on the line against challenger Black Bart. What a suplex by Lawler. And again, he's got it down, and again, Gossett has the referee distracted. And again, Black Bart is able to get up. Oh, the strap comes down. CJ, you know what that means. Look out.
That means it's clobbering time, Jerry Lawler style. And he's hammering those right hands, Dave.
He's got it back in the corner. Gossett has just handed him something in the ring. Black Bart wrapping a chain around his right fist. Lawler comes over. Look out, Jerry. Nails him. He's got that chain wrapped around his hand. Count is 1. Jeff Jarrett is yelling, no, wait a minute. He's telling him, look under his arm. Check him out. There's the chain, falls out. Yeah, DQ. The referee DQs Bart. And Jerry Calhoun is still the champion. Still the World Unified champion. Hey. Hey! You blonde-haired, snot-nosed punk! You, my friend, Mr. Evermore, pay me every dead good thing you owe me! You done stuck your nose in a place that don't belong, and we're gonna make sure you don't ever do it again, you punk! They're out here complaining because they got caught cheating. That's the situation. But Black Bart loses. Lawler, still the king, and still the unified world champion. Back with more in a moment.
Hello, everyone. I'm Roger Webb with Championship Wrestling. Don't forget, we're going to be in Henderson, Kentucky, Riverside Downs this Wednesday. And 9 big matches on this outstanding card and no increase whatsoever in prices. Listen to this. Billy Travis will be there going against the DI. Freddie will be there against Mark Starr. You'll see Bill Dundee in a match against Chris Champion. Bam Bam Bigelow will be in town against the Dirty Dutchman, Dutch Mantell, with Roddy P. Gossett IV. A CWA title match, Jeff Jarrett against Black Bart with Roddy P. Gossett. A special challenge match. What a lot of weight in the ring. Plowboy Frazier against Roddy P. Gossett IV. Then the big main event, Jerry the King Lawler against the Master Payne and Gossett.
Man, I'm excited about this because you see, this has got to be the biggest night yet at Riverside Downs. People, you got to see Bam Bam Bigelow making his first ever appearance at Riverside Downs. He is super, I can assure you that. And then what about Plowboy Frazier coming out of retirement to go against Ronnie P. Gossett? Gossett, you may be going into retirement after this match. And then, if there's anything left of you at all, I want you to be out there at ringside, because when I take on your man Master of Payne with my belt at stake, as it always is, you see, whenever I have to go against these guys, I've got everything to lose and nothing to gain. I'm always having to put up the belt. So I told Eddie Marlin, hey, let's have them put something up. So Gossett had to come up with $1,000 of his hard-earned cash. That's right, Gossett, $1,000. But it's not going to go to me if I win. I'm not going to keep it if the Master of Payne don't beat me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take your cash money and I'm going to throw it out to everybody at ringside right there at Riverside Downs. That's right, Gossett. And I want to see the look on your fat face when you see those fans that you can't stand taking and shoving your hard-earned money right in their pocket. It's going to be great. This Wednesday night at Riverside Downs, Gossett, you're going to be crying, brother.
Well, I hope you didn't join us late today, because if you did, you just missed a successful title defense by the King, Jerry Lawler. The World Unified title still around his waist, where a lot of folks will tell you that's exactly where it belongs. And a most unhappy Ronnie P. Gossett
Let me
back
tell
out
you
here.
something, Dave Brown. I am so mad at myself, I'd kick my behind if I could reach it. I let an old man like Jackie Fargo come out of retirement and do me the way that he did. Bouncing me around that ring, manhandling me like I was nothing at all. Well, let me tell you something. Those days are over. Because Ronnie P. Gossett is going back to the gym. Not that I need to.
Back to the gym?
I'm going to get in shape, and I'm going to beat anybody, and I'm going to have a rematch with Jackie Fargo. Now, you bring on any retired idiot that you want to bring. You bring the old fossils. You go back to the days of Don and Al Green, some of those old relics, even Eddie Marlin. I'll take on anybody, but I'm going to get Fargo for sure because nobody does Ronnie Gossett that way. Now, you get Eddie Marlin out here, that old reprobate. I want to talk to him. Get him out here.
I hear you right. You want to wrestle retired wrestlers to get in shape?
Retired wrestlers. I'll take on anybody.
Eddie?
I don't care who it is.
I don't know if you're...
take on you, Eddie Marlin. I'll hit you so hard that pacemaker will fly out your ear.
You think twice, so you hit me.
Eddie, he wants to wrestle retired wrestlers to get in shape to
That's
wrestle
exactly
Fargo.
right.
That's right, Dave. He called me, and he wanted me to call some retired wrestlers. But, Ronnie, it's not easy to get on the phone and call wrestlers that have retired. When you're retired, you're through. You sit back and relax and enjoy life. And then not interested in coming
You
back
can
to wrestle.
pull strings for Lawler. You can call these retired wrestlers and bring them on to challenge Ronnie Gossett. That's who I want, the retired wrestlers.
I have tried. It's hard, I'm telling you, it's hard to find a wrestler to come out of retirement. It's hard to find them.
I'll take you on if necessary, Eddie Marlin.
No, you won't take me on. But I said it was hard. I didn't say it was impossible. I did find one guy.
Well, get him out here.
If you're back there looking at the monitor, come on out here.
All right, got a retired wrestler coming out. Oh! Look at this. The giant one, Plowboy Frazier. All right, Ronnie, there's your first opponent.
Hey, my heart.
Oh.
I have a heart condition. What are you doing bringing him out here? What are you trying to do to me?
After this match,
No, I don't want to match with you.
well, you got
I was
what
just
is
kidding
fine.
you, Eddie Marlin. I don't want you.
Me.
I don't want you.
After this match,
What are
fat
you
boy.
trying to do to me,
Did
Eddie
you hear me,
Marlin?
fat boy? Did you hear what I said,
I
fat boy?
have a heart condition.
Can't help it. You'll be through.
I have a heart condition. I'm not wrestling that gook.
You asked me to find a retired wrestler
I
for you
didn't
to
say to
wrestle.
find a boxcar. I said a wrestler. I'm not wrestling.
He's here.
My heart condition. Eddie Marlin, listen to me. We're friends. I've always liked you, Eddie Marlin. I looked up to you. I have a lot of respect for
That's the
you.
reason I tried so hard to find you somebody to wrestle, and I've got him, and you will
But my heart, listen, Eddie, I'm not...
There you go, Ronnie. You've got him. You've got Plowboy Frazier coming up in a match. Let's get things going in the ring right here. I see Alan Reynolds coming up. And looks like we're going to be just about set to go with a one-fall, 10-minute time limit match. Spike Huber stepping in there with Alan Reynolds. Oh, CJ, I hear the music. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Yeah, Rawhide tells me that Dutch Mantell is not far away. Dutchman with the Master of Pain. Going to be tag team. Oh, and Gossett's going to be in the Master of Pain and Dutch Mantell's corner, too. Tag team action. First tag team match of the day. As Mantell and the Master of Pain will be going against Alan Reynolds and Spike Huber.
You've got a conspiracy, Dave Brown, to get rid of Ronnie Gossett. Now you pull in that big idiot. I can't whip him. I can't beat him. You pull in the biggest man you could find.
Well, Ronnie, I think that'll teach you to choose your words a little more carefully before you go running off at the mouth, maybe. Except I doubt that that's true, but...
A case, Dave, of open mouth and insert foot, and that looks like a good size 12 on Ronnie P. Gossett.
At least, you're absolutely right. Well, Gossett, not a happy man right now as he's at ringside. Dutch Mantell with Spike Huber. Huber back to the corner, and Mantell makes the tag on the huge Master of Pain. Master of Pain at 325 pounds and about 6'9". Spike Huber. Huber in quite good athletic condition. You tell us person's been working out in the gym.
Oh, he's spent a lot of time in the gym, hanging and banging and doing those reps. He really looks good, Dave.
Spike's out of Indianapolis, Indiana originally. He weighs in at about 235 pounds. Alan Reynolds, his partner, of course, from Arkansas. Their total weight 461. Dutch Mantell and the Master of Pain weigh in at about 100 pounds more, largely because of the size of the Master of Pain. Master of Pain, headlock being worked on by Alan Reynolds. Reynolds picked up, dropped backwards. Boy, this Master of Pain is something else.
He is one tough son of a gun, Dave, and I don't think you really get the full effect at home on television as to how big this fella is. He is one tall, broad-shouldered, very strong human being.
You're absolutely right. Look at this, Ronnie P. Gossett nailing Alan Reynolds with a fist. Ronnie P. Gossett, yeah, there he goes, footing around the ring. The referee's telling him, hey, stay out of the action, stay in a chair. Well, he's not going to stay in a chair. He's proven that.
He needs to stay in that chair, Dave. He better be saving his strength for Plowboy Frazier.
Master of Pain.
These have to be relatives or friends of yours, Dave Brown. You have the same slimy, ugly-looking crew every week over here. I told you to screen these morons and get a better grade of people coming to wrestling matches.
Well, thank you for your opinion, Mr. Gossett. Don't mind if we disagree, I hope. Master of Pain coming back in. Dutch Mantell held Alan Reynolds up. Master of Pain comes with that big boot. Mayor of Oil Trough, Texas, says Dutch Mantell.
He informed us that he did it Noriega style.
Yeah.
Get that microphone, mumble mouth. You are looking at the #1 tag team in professional wrestling. Dutch Mantell, the Master of Pain. The latest poll shows this team as the #1 team to beat. Dave Brown, whether you like it or not.
Whose poll? I suspect it's that Ronnie P. Gossett poll that we've been hearing about for the last few months, where you rank your guys wherever you want them.
Hey, we could use a few Scott towels over here if he's going to keep coming and spitting on me like this.
Yeah, sorry about that. But as I said earlier, that's just one of the unfortunate things we have to put up with here. Ronnie P. Gossett got the manager's license, and that entitles him to be at ringside. Look at this, Master of Pain with that big boot. Boy, Alan Reynolds is really taking a beating in here, as Mantell and the Master of Pain have been able to keep him in there and very near their corner. We're about 3.5 minutes into the action. 10 minutes, the overall time limit on this one. One fall only. Have more action to follow. You will see Freddie a little bit later on today. You will also see Jeff Jarrett right here in the ring wrestling as a single. That's coming up later.
You know, if there's one thing I hate, it's big, fat women. But the second thing is worse, is big, fat women with hairy legs. Have you looked at this over here? What a field A Gillette would have with this front row.
Ronnie P. Gossett continues to come over here and run his mouth.
Dave, forget the Scott towels. I could use an umbrella.
Yeah. Alan Reynolds. Boy, Alan had Dutch Mantell's shoulders down. The referee was involved keeping the Master of Pain out of the ring. So the no count began. And now Mantell and Master of Pain have regained the upper hand. They've got Alan Reynolds straight up in the air. Master of Pain suplexes him, and that's a long way down to the mat with that guy holding you up in the air. Big boot across the back of the neck. Alan Reynolds up on his feet, but the Master of Pain nails him with a right fist. Didn't even try to hide it. Just double up the fist and hit him with it.
Master of Pain, if we can get a close-up of this guy. Look at his eyes. I mean, it's like he almost loses it mentally. He really enjoys hurting people in it.
Yep. He's an unusual specimen, I guess you might say. Master of Pain. Look at him climbing a rope. Yep, he's going up on the top rope. And Alan Reynolds lying there 3/4 of the way across the ring. Master of Pain walks the rope and springs across the ring and lands on Reynolds. This might be it. Count as 1, 2. Yeah, he got him. Boy, the Master of Pain.
Just another win for the next tag team champions, the Pain and Dutch Mantell, Dave Brown. You watch this team if you can stand it.
Well, I have to watch them, and they are a tough tag team. They get themselves a win here today over Spike Huber and Alan Reynolds. We'll take a break and be back in a moment.
Hello, everyone. I'm Roger Webb with Championship Wrestling. We're going to be in Henderson, Kentucky this Wednesday, Riverside Downs, and 9 big matches on this great card and no increase in prices. Listen to this. Billy Travis going against the DI. Freddie against Mark Starr. Chris Champion against the superstar Bill Dundee.
That's right. Wednesday night, Riverside Downs, Henderson, Kentucky. The superstars are going to be there. We see you.
And for the first time in Riverside Downs, you're going to see Bam Bam Bigelow going against Dutch Mantell with Roddy P. Gossett. A CWA title match, Jeff Jarrett against Black Bart with Roddy P. Gossett IV. And a special challenge match, Playboy Frazier making his return against Roddy P. Gossett IV. Then the big main event, Jerry the King Lawler against the Master Payne with Gossett. And Lawler's belt versus Gossett's $1,000. If Lawler wins, the money going to be thrown to the crowd, so you want to be there. Riverside Down this Wednesday, no increase in...
Is applauding, and Robertson says, hey, I got a fan, and I think that's about it.
That was the guy he gave the 10 spot to before the program.
I think you're right. Look at this. Here's Freddie. Freddie about ready to step into the ring. Boy, he's got those nasty-looking claws on that right hand. He has to get those out of the ring, by the way, before the match starts. Referee Jerry Calhoun. Very... Whoa, yeah. Well, he rolls in the ring, and you better look out. And apparently Robertson's aware of that. The referee is certainly aware of it. You notice Jerry's being very cautious. Last week, Freddie came over here close to the desk, and I was backing toward the wall, let me tell you.
I'll tell you what, he's one scary-looking son of a gun.
He's handing the claws and the hat. He doesn't want to give them to the guard. He's giving them to Sam. I don't know exactly why, but maybe somebody you can trust. Freddie going against Keith Robertson. And Robertson, boy, doesn't look too anxious to tangle with him, does he? Robertson will outweigh him considerably. Freddie weighs in about 225. Robertson about 242, 243. Freddie, quick moves with those arms.
No, Dave, I don't know if I'd want to get too close to him either. You know, it'd be like dancing with a blind date. I'm not sure about that.
Keith Robertson. Yes, let's try a test of strength. I don't know about that either. That may not be such a wise idea. Freddie just waiting right there in the center of the ring. Robertson hanging back in the corner. Some kind of chant going on in the crowd. I don't know exactly what they were saying. But
it's from a movie.
Oh, okay.
The Freddie chant.
Oh, the Freddie chant's what they were doing there. All right. Hey, Freddie backs him up. He took hands off, and Robertson backed up. Robertson saying, hey, what's wrong here, Calhoun? I'm not sure I want to be involved in this at all. You know, halfway expecting Robertson to submit, just back away and say, hey, no more, I quit.
Well, he spent a lot of time running from Freddie.
Yeah, he has.
Freddie doesn't look as though he has too many friends. He looks as though he'll smack Jerry Calhoun as quickly as he'll smack Robertson.
I think Freddie was going to nail him with the right hand that time, lost his footing, but he recovered very quickly and grabs Robertson now. He's got the front face lock on him. Oh, Robertson powers out of it. Smacks Freddie 4 times with big right hand. And he staggered him a little bit, but not much. Didn't get him off his feet. Again, Freddie still standing. And advancing against him, too. Look at this. Backing Robertson into the corner. Now it's Freddie's turn to throw the right and the left. nails Robertson. Robertson off his feet, though, down on the floor. He knocked him down. Referee trying to back Freddie away and let Robertson get off the ropes. Yeah. Look at Freddie. Down he goes. He's got him by the top of the head with that version of the claw that he's got. Robertson gives it up. That's it. He got the submission on him. Freddie is going to be the winner here in 3 minutes, 12 seconds of action. Freddie gets the win and starts for the referee. And the referee says, I'm not going to hold his hand up. I'm going to get out of here myself. So there they go. And Freddie has the victory. We'll take a break and be back with you in a moment. Wild side. Of course, Mark Starr leading the way. Chris Champion right behind. Rugged tag team as they climb up under the ring apron, set the new battle in a tag team match. Mark Starr says these guys are in for a rude awakening. That may be true, let me tell you. Ken Raper and Van Horn will be going against them.
Well, we've got Champion's jacket over here.
Yeah, Champion just threw the jacket at us over here. The security taking that away. Thank you very much. Well, it's Mark Starr starting out against Ken Raper. And Starr predicted that the Wild Side would teach some lessons to Raper and his partner Van Horn.
One thing you can say about the Wild Side, they are definitely wild. They come out 100 miles an hour and they speed up.
They're a tough team. Well, the first time we saw them here, we said, hey, trouble. We've been right. Chris Champion being warned by the referee not to gouge him in the eyes and kick him in the midsection with the point of the boot. Champion says, I'll do what I want to do. And he pretty well does. He can get disqualified, remember.
Well, if he doesn't get disqualified for those tights.
Wildside had some words about matches that are going to be going on. Let's take a listen to what Chris Champion and Mark Starr had to say.
You're looking at the Wild Side, the most devastating tag team in professional wrestling today. But I want to know one thing, Mark. I don't know where this promotion, the CWA, gets off splitting us up and putting us in single matches. We are a tag team wrestling combination. Number one in this sport today. And where they get off splitting us up, I don't know. But if they want us to go around beating people up singly, we'll do it. Mark, you've got this Freddy Krueger out here. I don't know what you're going to do with him, partner.
You know, they bring a psychopath out here from some horror flick. Well, I don't like horror flicks. And Freddy Krueger, you are a horror flick, but if you come around here acting like you're going to kill somebody, you're not going to do nothing to me, brother. I promise you, you're going down. Wherever I find you, Freddy Krueger, you look into these eyes and you see nothing at all, brother, but great determination for you.
That's right, Freddie. You're going back into that forge. You're going to be burned in the gates of hell itself, my friend. Single matches is what they want. Single matches are what they're going to get. And people are going to be cut Wild Side style.
Wild Side not too happy about being split up in upcoming matches here, wrestling as singles rather than a tag team. Chris Champion enforcing that from ringside. They like to wrestle as a team. But that's the way it is. That's the way the matches were booked, and they'll have to wrestle that way, like it or not. There is a team here today going against Van Horn and Ken Raper. Oh, big power slam. Thank you. Not for me. One. Count of one, and he picks him up. CJ, he could have probably pinned him, but he picked him up.
Dave, I'll tell you, these guys are flat vicious. These are two mean son of a guns. Uh-oh, we're out on the floor here, Dave.
Van Horn thrown through the ropes. Chris Champion on the top rope. He springs way down onto the floor and nails Van Horn. Van Horn's the legal man in the ring. And Chris Champion now picks him up. pushes him back under the bar. What?
I'm not getting paid for this, Dave. I want everybody to know this, okay?
I tell you what. Champion over here, wild-eyed, yelling and screaming. Count of two. He got him. Mark Starr with the pin on Van Horn. He sat down on him and held him for the 3 count, and now Chris Champion jumps in to beat up on him. Raper thrown through the ropes down on the floor. That's it. Get him out of here. They get the victory. The time on it, 3 minutes, 44 seconds. Give the win to the Wild Side. Back with CWA Championship Wrestling after this.
Roger Webb with Championship Wrestling. Coming to Riverside Downs this Wednesday, Henderson, Kentucky, 9 big matches. And let me tell you, there's going to be no increases at all in the prices. Listen to this card. Billy Travis going against the DI. Freddie will be in town against Mark Starr. You're going to see the superstar Bill Dundee against Chris Champion. Bam Bam Bigelow for the first time at Riverside Downs against the Dirty Dutchman, Dutch Mantell with Gossett right there along ringside. A CWA title match. Jeff Jarrett putting the belt up for grabs against Black Bart with Gossett. A special challenge match, Mr. Gossett. Big Plowboy Frazier against you, Roddy P. Gossett.
He's in the right town because that's where old Nags belong, in Henderson, Kentucky. I'll take him out on the track and run him around for a while.
Then the big main event, Jerry the King Lawler going against the Master Payne, and of course Roddy P. Gossett the fourth.
You better
at ringside.
Of course, I'll be at ringside, jerk.
Yeah, and if Lawler wins, $1,000 of your money is going to be thrown to the crowd.
Payne, I want to ask you something. You're a man of truth. Can you beat Jerry Lawler?
Can I beat Jerry Lawler? Let me tell you, Ronnie, I've beat him so many times I've lost count. You don't even need to ask me whether I can beat Jerry Lawler.
I'm putting up $1,000 of my hard-earned money, and there's nothing I like more than money other than food. And I want you to beat Jerry Lawler because I don't want to have to throw it out to those mongoloid idiots up there.
You don't even need to bring that $1,000 with you, Ronnie, because I'm going to beat him so bad that he's going to be looking for thousands of dollars himself to pay the hospital bills that he's going to have to take care of. I like that.
I like that. I like that reassurance because there's one thing worse, and that's having to throw the money out.
Ronnie, will you be close by when I'm in the ring with Bam Bam Bigelow?
I'll be on you like white on rice.
Well, I felt in a very reflective mood today because I'm in the ring with Bam Bam Bigelow, and Ronnie, I've always liked you. This could be my last time in the ring because Bam Bam Bigelow is 400 pounds. What am I going to do?
He's a fat slob.
Hear the music. Want to get him out and talk to him about the CWA heavyweight title defense coming up. Jeff Jarrett, of course, we're talking about. There he is. Jeff Jarrett, former Rookie of the Year, and has been the holder of that CWA heavyweight title for some time. And still got it around your waist, Jeff.
Well, Dave, I sure do. I'd just like to take the time right now to not only thank these people right here, but the people at home and all the great fans, because without them, I would never have this belt for this long. And I'm mighty proud to hold it, and boy, I've got one tough challenger coming up this week.
Boy, you do, and especially he's a little unhappy because you caught him cheating in there and pointed it out to the referee.
Well, that's exactly right. I've heard a lot about Black Bart. He's got a big winning reputation.
There he is. Be careful. All right, we're not going to have any trouble out here.
You blonde hair, nothing happening. You know what? You owe me a lot more than that strap you got around your waist. You understand that? You cost me a world title match. Do you understand what a world title match is? Do you understand that, kid? Do you have any dadgum idea what that means to my dadgum family? Do you have any idea? Huh?
Bart, this is not the place for this.
Come in here. Come here.
Careful, Jeff.
Have you got any dadgum brains in your noggin at all? Which I doubt very seriously, because where you come from, the loins ain't all there. You little shit.
down from nobody, and I ain't starting today.
You, my friend, has got a lot of dues, and you will pay them right there in that dead gum.
Well, I ain't down for you, and I ain't never starting.
Well,
Dave Brown, I just want to say one thing. Old sayings don't get to be old sayings unless they're true. Black Bart, the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Very good. Jeff, good luck to you here today. This is a non-title defense coming up, but we do have Jeff coming up in the ring right now. He's going to be going against a tough opponent, Dirty White Boy, coming in here. And Jeff steps into the ring.
Boy, Dave, that was a little close.
Boy, I tell you what, very uncomfortable situation there. Bart, of course, had no business being out here at all. He's unhappy, okay. He can be unhappy, but don't come out here like that. Let's do that in the ring. Jeff Jarrett, again, it's a non-title match. And the Dirty White Boy up there right now. Taking off the chaps and the warm-up jacket. Dirty White Boy with those big motorcycle boots he wears. Here we go. Boy, what a tough match. Jeff not only had to put up with Bart out here shoving him around, but he's got to step in here against this guy who is rugged, let me tell you.
Well, I'll tell you what, if that little altercation with Black Bart didn't pump Jeff Jarrett up, nothing will.
252 pounds is about what the Dirty White Boy weighs. He's big. Jeff weighs in about just about 210, a little less than 210. Oh, look at Jeff slip around behind. That's what Jeff has going for him, the speed. Dirty White Boy hung on to the rope. Yeah, Jeff's got some intelligence going for him, too, as he outsmarted him. Dirty White Boy turned around, thought he had outsmarted him, only to be hit with a drop kick by Jeff Jarrett. Dirty White Boy, look at him move around. He grabs Jeff's arm, takes it up in a hammer position around behind the back. Jeff slips out, reverses it. Dirty White Boy over to the rope, steps outside. Referee calls for the break. Jeff breaks it, backs away, center of the ring. Headlock by Jeff. Dirty White Boy with a handful of hair yanked him back to the ropes. Jeff, reverses, trying to get him off his feet. Can't do it. Look at this. Boy, what a move by Jeff Jarrett.
Boy, Dave, I'll tell you, for a young guy, and when you stop and think about it, Jeff Jarrett really hasn't been in wrestling very long, but he has wrestled some of the top competition there is available around the country, and he is as seasoned as anybody in the middle of that ring.
Absolutely. Able to hang on to the CWA heavyweight title for a long, long time. That's a belt that was held on to for a long time by another super wrestler, the King, Jerry Lawler. But other than that, nobody has been able to hold on to it very long, other than Jeff, who has quite a victory string going. Rugged match coming up with the title on the line against Black Bart. This is a non-title match, but it's a tough match nonetheless, and it's certainly one that Jeff does not want to lose going in to the title match with Black Bart. Jeff dumped over the back of the Dirty White Boy. Dirty White Boy, lower part of the leg, drops down on the forehead of Jeff Jarrett. About 2.5 minutes into the action. 10 minutes, the overall time limit on this one. No, I beg your pardon. This is an expiration of time match. Forgot to point that out at the beginning. So we could have more than one fall in this one, depending on how time goes. The Dirty White Boy picking Jeff up. He puts a reverse neck breaker on him. Snapped a good one on him. Jeff holding the neck down on the mat. Dirty White Boy picks him up by the hair. Jeff fired into the ropes. Gets him with a good knee lift coming off of there. He got him with a knee in the boot. Nails him with a right hand. Jeff Jarrett off the rope. Down to the mat. Goes the Dirty White Boy. Springs back up. Jeff grabs him. Over the back. And Jeff Jarrett has regained control of things here. Reversal by the Dirty White Boy. Jeff into the turnbuckles. Dirty White Boy came in too quick. Jeff was out of the way. Oh! drop kick, and he nailed him in the throat. Jeff throws to the... Look out, Black Bart in. Bart's in with a branding iron. Black Bart with a branding iron. It says BB for Black Bart. He grabs Jeff, and now they double team him. Jeff on his way to victory here against the Dirty White Boy, and then interference by Black Bart. Jeff is going to have a win by disqualification, but now it's 2 against 1 in there as these two big guys, the Dirty White Boy and Black Bart, work him over. First one, then the other. Jeff lying in the center of the ring. They're just lining up and dropping down with the upper leg. Here comes some help. The King, Action Jackson, Alan Reynolds, Chris Frazier, and Spike Huber. And that'll get rid of him, Black Bart. And the Dirty White Boy leaving the area. They're over to check Jeff out. Jeff really hammered there, time and time again by the both of them. As they check him out, we better take time, and we'll be back here with you in just a moment. Jeff Jarrett unable to continue there, and it's just as well, I suppose. Jeff did get a victory in the fall, but the way they beat up on him, I'm not sure I'd want to bring him out here. It would be kind of unfair to bring him back out for a second fall of action here that after they double-teamed him like that, CJ.
And I'll tell you what, Dave, he was flat pummeled with that branding iron of Black Bart's with his back fully exposed. And there's no telling what damage they might have done to Jeff Jarrett.
That's true, but I assure you this, they will face Jeff Jarrett again in the ring, and maybe a different outcome next time around. Jeff technically got the win in the match over the Dirty White Boy, disqualification as Black Bart interfered. Earlier in the day, of course, we had the King in here, the King defending against Black Bart. Ronnie P. Gossett said he was bringing in Black Bart, somebody that was the baddest there was, and he was going to take the measure of Jerry Lawler. Well, didn't work out quite that way.
It didn't work out, Dave, because Jerry Lawler, ever the king, ever the strategist, brought out a very special surprise, Jeff Jarrett, who was able to spot a chain that they tried to sneak into the ring and help preserve that win for Lawler.
Exactly, and you got to wonder, the reason Lawler brought Jeff out was because in a past match, Gossett had actually cost him the match and cost him the World Unified title. So what if he had not brought Jeff out here and had not spotted the chain? It could, in fact, be that we would be talking about Jerry losing the belt here again today, but that's not the case. Thanks to Jeff Jarrett spotting that chain and pointing it out to the referee, the King is still the King and still holds the Unified World title as he beats Black Bart.
Good idea on Lawler's part to bring in that equalizer.
Exactly. Master of Pain and Dutch Mantell. Rugged tag team, you got to give them that. Ronnie P. Gossett says they're #1 in the latest poll. I think that's the Ronnie P. Gossett poll, but they are a tough tag team. You can't argue with that. They defeated Spike Huber and Alan Reynolds in tag team action here today. Then Freddie. Boy, he turns the crowd on when he shows up, doesn't he? He was out here to go against Keith Robertson. Robertson not too anxious to do battle with him, I don't think, and Freddie ends up beating him in 3 minutes, 13 seconds. Then the Wild Side, and you said it, CJ, they are, in fact, wild as they came out here.
Boy, I'll tell you, that Chris Champion, I think he's got a slow leak in his marble bag. That guy went absolutely berserk out here in the middle of the floor. You're going to have to watch him.
He's a little weird, all right. Chris Champion team with Mark Starr, and they got themselves the victory over Ken Raper and Van Horn. They were able to get Van Horn in there and keep him in there for a very long time, wear him down, and then, of course, they finally pinned him. Mark Starr, Chris Champion, the Wild Side with the victory. Jeff Jarrett, we were just talking about a couple of moments ago, battling the Dirty White Boy after a confrontation with Black Bart right here in front of us at the table. And finally, Bart got out of here, and Jeff went into the ring, but then Bart comes back, interferes in the match, got the Dirty White Boy disqualified. So in the record books, that one is going to be a win for Jeff Jarrett, and the time on it was 4 minutes, 30 seconds. He gets it by disqualification. One more time, C.J. Morgan, thanks very much for joining us today.
Thank you, Dave. Enjoyed being here. Hope to be back soon.
We hope to see you here soon. We hope to see you next week, same time, same place, for more CWA Championship Wrestling. Some of the roughest, toughest wrestling action you will find anywhere. Till then, I'm Dave Brown. So long, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.